the moment, tonight is the night.
Hey guys, it's Cryptomio Analysis coming at you with an update video on Dogecoin. So this is the Doc Rock 100. Thank you so much for the membership. That's awesome. That's amazing. So I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna basically tell you what I'm looking at and like the timing of like when to buy it and why it's so important. I'm gonna try to explain this to you. Okay. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna go kind of slow and let me know if you have any questions in the comment. Well, first and foremost, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm always looking for the RSI and the stock RSI because in a bear market, we're always making lower lows. I can look at every single coin and it's going to be the same outcome. So there is no timing the market, but the best indicator to use is the RSI, which is an indicator of when a coin is extremely oversold, which means that when it's exhausted when the sellers have exhausted the market. Okay, so for example, for Dogecoin, we were in a bear market. Okay, now every single time we hit oversold, which I'm really only counting when we actually physically went in the oversold section, which is down here, you can see that. Okay, the price was here. Okay, the price was 15 cents. Next time down, the price was 13 cents. Next time down, the price was 6 cents. You see how the price was 6 cents right here? And right here, the price was, what was it? 4 cents. So we were in a bear market since 2021, and there is no catching the bottom because you just don't know. Like in this case, the bottom was June of 2022. It's different for every single coin. You really don't know. But to minimize your losses and not really buy blindly, you really want to try to buy it when it's in the red. So when it's extremely oversold. So you buy the dips, and this is how you see that. A lot of people don't use this and they just buy randomly at random times. But if you buy at the bottom, you could clearly see that position, it went up, you would have had a 2x. And I'm not saying you're going to sell, right? You might have not sold, right? And then, a lot of people don't sell and they just accumulate. But at least it's nice to know that you would have been up 100% on that position. Next position right here, the max would have been 69%. Next position here, it would have been, 230%. From here to here would have been, 85%. And I'm marking it before it basically goes back down, right? So because we're in a bull market, that logic is now reversed. We should be making higher lows. So in a bear market, we make lower lows. In a bull market, we make higher lows. So for example, we double bottomed here. So here, the price was around 6 cents. The next time it was in the red, really, it's here, right? And the price was, 5 cents 46. So we did make a lower low. But next time we got oversold was here, right? So relative to the price from 6 cents to where it's at now, 7 cents, we made a higher low. So we are making higher lows right now, so it is pretty good. And theoretically, for whoever that bought this dip, you see how we hit oversold? Stock RSI was completely reset. Whoever bought this is up automatically like 31%. So you put in $1,000, you would be at $1,300 right now. So you could sell. That's what trading is, right? People put 1,000. People buy the red and wait for 5, 10, 15%, and then they sell it and they're done. And they wait until it goes back in the red. But usually, that's you kind of need to disconnect yourself from the market because like the one time you sell, it's going to go to the moon, right? Yeah, that's just how it always works, right? Anyway, so I hope that made sense and why I always look at the RSI. So if you were to tell me, should I buy Dogecoin right now? I would be like, no. I personally wouldn't buy Dogecoin because it's not oversold. I would wait until it's oversold. Even if it's oversold when the price is higher, even if we make a higher low, you'd know that you'd be getting it for as cheap as possible, and you would make some money if you decide to sell. And then you got to figure out is 50% or 38% enough? Because realistically, this could come back down. Now, areas of support and resistance is also what I look at. So, for example, if you take your Fibonacci retracement from here to here, what coins like to do after big sell-offs is they love to come and retest their 236 to 382. So this is resistance, and clearly you can see we're stuck in resistance. Once 12 cents breaks, then I would say that we're going to the moon and we're going back up, okay? But people get overly bullish because they're like, oh my God, it's going up, or oh my God, it's up 31%. And they forget that, oh wow, like, you know, we're stuck in resistance right now. And the next area of support would be clearly what we almost tagged before, but we didn't, which is the last line of defense, the 786 at around 7 cents 70. So what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this is that, okay, so 12 cents needs to break, otherwise the next area of support is 7 cents 70, okay? And if for whatever reason none of these targets break, as long as it ranges between these levels, it's still bullish. But if this breaks, then we are going to go back down to this low. We're probably going to come retest this bottom, which is just going to put a giant, which would just mean that we've been accumulating for the last like 2 years or 3 years, going on 3 years. Yeah, June. So going on 3 years. So that's what I'm seeing. So, you know, again, when you ask me, well, what coin should I buy? Well, Dogecoin is a good coin to buy, but I just would wait until it turns bullish again, until it's oversold, right? And clearly you can see we're stuck in this regression channel. So there's literally nothing bullish about it. So you could look at your phone and be like, oh man, like this goes up back up over here, right? So literally smacks into 12 cents, and it'll still fall. If it still falls off the table, then we're gonna get something like this, and we're still gonna be stuck in this channel. So these are just like the things that I look at. But as far as like Dogecoin overall, on the, you know, those are my short-term targets. So remember that, short-term. If you're always looking at your phone, not always, but you know, if you're constantly checking it or whatever, those are my short-term targets. But long-term targets, it's still bullish because it's still over 9 cents, around 9.5 cents. So as long as it stays and it wicked under it, it's big sell-off, and it closed under it. So as long as it stays over 9 cents and a half, then it's still bullish, in my opinion. So nothing's wrong. It should be fine. You know, theoretically, people accumulated down here and they're still up on that position, right? You would still be up, you know, 88% on that position. So, but yeah, that's just my analysis on Dogecoin. So, yeah, so if you're, you know, next dip, just, well, obviously I'll make another update video, but next dip, just, you can request another Dogecoin video. And these dips usually last, like, it's very fast. Like, it got bought up so fast. Let me look at the minute chart and see if I can see it. Yeah, so, dang. Let me look at actually the 5-minute chart. Yeah, you can clearly see that it literally lasted. The dip lasted 11 a.m. and it started going up at 150. So in 2 hours, it was already back up. In 2 hours, somebody that put in $1,000 made like $100. And this is just like 1,000. Like, think about people that had like $1 million. That's like $100,000 for somebody that had like $1 million. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna buy. Anyway, I hope that all made sense. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for your support, and I will catch you guys in the next video.